Hi everyone, it's Nancy here, back with another process video for you. Here I am digging out some very old stash. These pieces of paper have been kind of lying around, some from old Studio Calico kits, and that other piece, the red piece, is from an old Glitz piece, but then that blue piece was left over from a recent Scraptastic Kit. But I wanted to use up some older pieces of paper that I've had lying around, and I wanted to go with a sort of red and blue theme taken from my photos. And these are just two random photos from my American trip, but I wanted to include them. One of them is just a mailbox, and one of them is a picture of me outside Target. Neither of them are the best quality photo in the world, but there were two things that were on my photo checklist, and that is what this is going to be titled. I printed out, it might have been Schmel, I don't know, someone had like a travel photo checklist, and I put that in my journal. I really must do a share of my journal that I actually took with me when I was in America. And that was in there, and these were some of the things that were on the list, like outside a store and like mailbox and that. But I was very excited to go into Target anyway. It was one of those things that was on my to-do list. So I've just picked the colours, as I say, out of that, you know, the photos, and I've mounted on the sort of navy and cream polka dot, just because I wanted to bring some darker colours in there. I'm still trying to use my April Scraptastic Kit, and so this is the die cuts that were from that package. We also received tags within, a couple of tags within that as well. So I've just pulled one of those tags out to make a cluster. And as I said, there's, you know, they're all travel themed stuff anyway, so I knew that I wanted to use those up. And I'm making a small cluster down the bottom also. I do kind of realise that this layout is very kind of like one-sided heavy, if you kind of understand what I mean. And kind of really I could have put that cluster there at the bottom down on the other side, but when I do my journaling on this layout, I will just make sure I fill that gap in, so it's not a problem. So now I've kind of, you know, briefly worked out kind of what my layout is going to look like. I'm going to start adding some texture to the background. For those of you who, you know, who normally watch my videos, you know this is a normal part of my process. So here I am just adding some ink, and that is the Skyscraper from Mr. Huey, and that came in a Studio Calico kit, and I really love it. And it was only a tiny, like, mini little bottle, and I don't know what I'm going to do when it runs out, because it's not black, but it's not like my Route 66, it's like a really nice, like, sort of dark grey, so really love that ink. So I've just added that, and now I'm taking some gold to add, because I know that the Fancy Pants die cuts, you know, contain that sort of mustardy colour, so I know that I wanted to include that. I do apologise again for my voice. I can feel it kind of crackling a bit in this video. I am, as I say, still getting over this cold, but you know, it's a lot better than it was. And I've got, you know, quite a few videos waiting to be narrated that I wasn't able to, because I kind of lost my voice completely. So hopefully I'll have, you know, quite a few videos coming over the coming weeks. There you saw me just drying it all up with my heat gun. And now I'm just adding some stamping, and that is from the Crushed Curry Stamping Up ink, and that's a really great colour ink that worked really well with the Fancy Pants kit and all the colours in there, so I'm really happy with how that turned out. And again, I've just put them where I know my clusters are going. So I'm just going to stick my photos down. And and start adding my layers. Sorry about that, I just had to have a drink. So I'm just adding those down, and again, that red is what I've gutted out from the back. It seems to be something that I'm doing more and more at the moment, and it's not because I want to save paper, but it's just a great way of getting it to coordinate without having to like cut into another sheet of paper or something like that. So I just really like how it does it. It kind of makes everything match. You know, if you mat your photos in the same kind of paper that your whole layout is kind of matted on, then I just think it works really well. I do pull up some of those die cuts to that top cluster to kind of get the diagonal kind of look going across it. And I really wanted to use up as much of that die cut pack as I possibly could, because I'm sort of coming to the end of my American photos now. So I wanted to make sure that, you know, I'm getting through my sort of travel collection. I do have quite a bit of that old Simple Stories destinations paper. I'm going to use some of the cut apart cards and that to kind of go back through where I need to add journaling and different things to go with some of the photos. But I literally am coming quite close to the end of it. And I did set myself the target of finishing my American album by July. It was one of my things on my 30 before 30 list. And so I know that's not the most exciting thing to have on your 30 before 30 list, but you know, it's a target that I set myself, and I wanted to get that done. I'm not sure if I am going to get it done by July, but I hope that, you know, it does get done and nearly finished. The main thing is going to be doing the journaling. So anyway, while I'm blabbering on, so you just see me stick down the different elements, and as I said, it's quite a simple layout really. There's not a lot of layers on it. I'm just trying to pull bits and pieces out of my stash. I tried to get some of those Wild and Free labels on there. I've also pulling out now some of the cork and wood veneer pieces that came within the Scraptastic Kit. And they were sort of like almost like arrow kind of geotag kind of circles, and I think they work okay, and I've just put a geotag down at the bottom with a heart in it. And again, these are just all bits that either came in the extra wood veneers, or I get the exclusive wood veneers in that kit as well. I'm just pulling out the Tim Holtz small type, because I know that I'm probably going to want to use that as some of my title. And then I need to find another lettering as well. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here because my video has frozen. Ah, there you go. I've just pulled out the stickers, and these were the American Craft stickers that kind of came. One of the side was like the creamy orange, which I'm going to use, and then the other was a pink. You also got some like hearts on there as well, and they're foam thickers, which as any of you who watch my video actually probably know, they're one of my favourite thickers. I do like the foam ones. The only problem with the foam thickers is they can distort slightly when you put them down. So I'm just moving my title and playing around, trying to make, trying to get it to fit well within that cluster. And kind of looking back, I realised that some of that inking with the roller stamp I've done does look a little bit odd because it's not connected to anything, but it just kind of goes with the messy sort of background, so it's not too distracting. I'm just using those Tim Holtz ones, as I said, just to pull down those bottom bits. We also got those two DIY shop flags, pendants on sort of sticks, Quantel sticks, picks, and I've just added those in, so I wanted to pick the black up, and I've also put the date down in the bottom cluster as well. And there is that black and cream camera in that top one. So I'm just looking through my enamel dots and seeing what I've got that I can stick down, and I've used a couple of stars again. They're the ones that Maura sent me, and as I said, they really worked well with that fancy pants paper. And I'm also using some of the gold ones that came with it as well. And overall, I'm really happy with how this layout came out. So that, I think, is about it. I'm not sure, I might add a little bit more mist on, but yep. But basically, that's the layout finished, and I'm really happy with it. So here are some close-up photos. I apologise that the large photo is not the best quality, but hopefully you can see some more detail in the close-ups. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back again soon. Bye!